Hi, my name is Ella Irwin, and today I will be explaining angles, parallel lines, and transversals. So first, I will be explaining transversals. A transversal consists of two parallel lines and one transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two parallel lines. The parallel lines have to have the same slope, but they have to have a different y-intercept. In other words, parallel lines have to have the same exact slope, and they can never intersect. Even if they are 1 degree off from each other, they will always intersect at some point, right? So you have to make sure they have the same exact slope. And a transversal is the line that intersects both of them. I will be explaining corresponding angles next. Corresponding angles are angles that are on the same point of intersection in the transversal. As you can see on the image on the right, angles A and E are corresponding. Corresponding angles are angles that have the same point of intersection on both sides. So that means that C and G could be corresponding angles as well as D and H. They will always have the same degree as each other. Alternate interior and exterior angles. Alternate interior angles are angles that are inside of the two parallel lines but also on different sides of the transversal. Alternate exterior angles are angles that are on the outside of the two parallel lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. For example, a pair of alternate interior angles would be C and E. We could also say that a pair of alternate interior angles would be D and F. We know this because they're on the inside of the two parallel lines but on opposite sides of the transversal. That's why they're called alternate interior angles, because they're on the inside of the two parallel lines. Alternate exterior angles are called exterior because they're on the outside of the two parallel lines. You could say a pair of alternate exterior angles is H and B or G and A. Vertical angles. Vertical angles are angles that are equal to each other and opposite to each other. For example, angles E and G are vertical angles because they are opposite from each other. So we could also say that angles A and C are vertical angles because they are equal and opposite to each other. They will also always have the same degree as each other, no matter what. Okay, practice problems. Using the image on the right, find a pair of alternate exterior angles and a pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, so we could say a pair of alternate exterior angles is A and G. We know this because they're on the outside of the two parallel lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. A pair of alternate interior angles would be C and E. We know this because they're on the inside of the two parallel lines but also on opposite sides of the transversal. Find a pair of vertical and corresponding angles. Okay, so we could say that angles H and F are a pair of vertical angles because they will always have the same angle. And a pair of corresponding angles would be B and F. Thank you.